Hey guys, this is Shreyas and welcome back to a new video after a long time. So a couple of months back I made a video which went something like this. So today I have some bad news. I know it was kind of dramatic and it actually caught a lot of attention, but that got me worried as well. A lot of people were coming to me and asking me about what they should do about their phone. But then again, I came across a lot of other material which contradicted with my opinion of this video, and I really wanted to update this video. I'm really sorry that it took so much time to make it. Really could not find the opportunity to do so. But finally, I have kind of understood what went around this whole thing and what actually happened. So this is Shreyas and let's check that out. This video is kind of gonna be scattered because there are too many things which are interrelated and I cannot really explain because then it will become a 1-hour podcast. The first things I will go issue by issue, and whatever little information is required from around I will try to specify it. First thing is green tint. Personally, I did not face it. A lot of people do. Now, the fact of the matter is that this green tint is rather a characteristic and not an issue. Yes, there are varying degrees of it. Some have it less, some have it way more, and it's very bothersome. I understand that. But the thing is that this is kind of a characteristic of the material used for the OLED displays. OLEDs, as you know, stand for organic LEDs, light emitting diodes, and these are some organic materials which are used to emit light pixel by pixel in that particular display. Now, to understand why these color shiftings happen, there is a brilliant article written at TechPP, and I will make sure to link it below. If you understand a bit of chemistry and basics of electronics, this will be really helpful and you can understand it very clearly. Now the next thing is that, is it just the OnePlus 8 Pro? No. I did some research and this issue existed across a lot of phones from the beginning of time. To see recent history, there were multiple Huawei phones, there were multiple Samsung phones included as well, being the OLED manufacturers themselves to a large extent, and being the massive OLED provider for other OEMs as well. So Samsung had these issues, LG had these issues, and subsequently Pixels had these issues because they took panels from LG and Samsung. Huawei faced these issues as well. These issues started coming up even when curved edges started being seen in the phone, because when you see it at an angle there was certain color shifts as well. So this usually happens at a pinkish tint or a greenish tint. I don't know why exactly that happens, but these are mostly the range of issues you see around the tinting. So the fact of the matter is that these things exist across all OLEDs from time to time. Yes, it is very subtle in most cases and hardly visible to the human eye. And if in your day-to-day usage you do not see it, well and good, you have a good display. There's nothing to worry about. Also, one thing I want to mention is that green tint which you see, or when it is visible, is only on the Google gray color, like on the Google app or on the Chrome app where you have it in dark mode. This gray color only makes it exaggerated to a certain extent, and the pictures you see online are taken at a very high ISO. You can probably pick up a tinge of it, but to the degree you see in the pictures, it's kind of exaggerated. That's not what our human eye sees as well. This being there across all phones to a certain degree, less or more, I feel it is more of a characteristic rather than an issue right now. Now, does that mean that there are no OLED panels with zero green tint? Kind of, yes. But you can do a great job of hiding it or minimizing it by calibrating these displays. Now, there are very few manufacturers in the smartphone space who do it. The one I actually am aware of is just Apple. They calibrate each and every OLED panel they make, and that's why before leaving the factory they minimize these issues. Also, why is it less or more? Because these things are really varying from batch to batch of OLEDs manufactured, and that's why there will be variances across the board. You might see some same smartphones from the same batch having different varying levels of these particular characteristics. It's mostly around the manufacturing and the properties of the materials used for these displays, nothing else. Now the next thing is hole punch banding. I saw this band actually crop up on my phone very evidently when I was scrolling things in the dark mode at the lowest brightness in the grays, only in gray backgrounds. White, there were no issues. Black, there were no issues, of course. And in other backgrounds, also in various apps, I did not see any other issues. Only in Chrome, I really saw this thing come up. And that is what I saw other people sharing as well. Everybody's photos just has that Chrome. Now, the two things to keep in mind is that this thing also existed from a long time. And to make it clear, even S20 Ultras or S20 series and all the premium Android manufacturers who have OLED displays also exhibit this property. Forget that. I feel like this was existing in my OnePlus 6T for years, and I used it for over 1.5 years, and I noticed it after I saw it on my OnePlus 8 Pro. I did not notice it for this long. It was right there along the notch parallel to the top bezel. Is it a point of concern? Yes. As a consumer, definitely it is a point of concern, but is it something you should be really worried about? I don't think so, because as I said, Nimit shared a great tweet with multiple phones which he owns right now and showed how there are varying levels of green tint and hole punch banding across all the phones, with notches, with pill-shaped hole punches, with circular hole punches, with any kind of displays. Probably, I think the ones like OnePlus 7 Pro and K20 Pro, which had a full view display, will probably not exhibit these things, but I'm not sure about that. But anyway, if you have a certain cutout in your OLED displays, this is bound to happen to a certain degree. Again, less or more depends. And the next thing I want to come to is the black crush issue or the tinting while watching HDR videos. Now, I saw this very evidently while streaming Netflix, but then I came to understand how HDR works. Now, HDR is a complex thing and is interpreted very differently across brands and OEMs. The main thing is we have to understand there are certifications which happen for HDR content and also HDR displays. Now, HDR displays are mostly certified by 3 main certifications as far as I know. One is HDR 10 and 10 Plus. One is Dolby Vision, which is a lot of more things, but HDR is a huge component of it. And the third one is VESA HDR. The thing to keep in mind, what we get on our phones are only HDR 10 and 10 Plus certifications. And who does this certification? Samsung. Samsung is also the manufacturer of most of these displays, so it kind of makes sense. Now, I asked my friend who owns a Galaxy S20 to try this out and see if these black crush or any of the tinting things happens in their HDR playbacks with the same videos, and he said that he had no observation of it even in total darkness at the lowest brightness. Now, why is it so? I feel that Samsung is good at optimizing their software to understand their display. Being the display manufacturer, the certification offerer, and the one making the phone, they could bring all these into consideration and make the product so that they do not happen so. Now, the next thing to keep in mind, how HDR works. HDR requires a minimum level of brightness to show its work. The minimum level of brightness according to VESA is 400 nits. Now, is that why you are having problems at the lower brightness settings in your phones? Maybe. I think that is the reason so. Now, although our phones are HDR 10 and 10 Plus certified, that does not mean that they can breach how HDR functions as a whole. So that's why I feel the issues that we see come up in the lowest brightness settings only. Now, in OnePlus 8 Pro, there was black crush with DC dimming on. DC dimming is a function which reduces the power going to the display and gives the power at a particular frequency. The frequency is not seen by the human eye. That's why we do not see a pulsating display, but that happens at a frequency which we can't see. But ultimately, the display is getting less power. Now, when the display is getting less power at the lowest brightness, it does not have enough energy to drive HDR. In HDR, the whole thing is the shadows will be good enough to be seen and the bright levels won't be eye-searing as well. But since there is low energy going to the display, these blacks are getting crushed. The shadows are getting crushed. And that is the only logic I can come up with for HDR videos having black crush issues, because HDR is supposed to function at a brightness which is way above the minimum brightness of any phone. That's why we see black crush issues come into the HDR playback with DC dimming on especially. Now, what about with DC dimming on? Again, it's my opinion based on what I understand. It's not a concrete answer. So here again, the software and hardware don't play along very well. So I felt that the software is telling to boost up the brightness and provide more energy to the display, which it does, but it also does to the displays where the parts are not supposed to get any energy. So the black bars I showed in my other video, which were getting gray while displaying HDR content, were getting boosted energy as well. So the pixels were lighting up in those regions apart from the part of the content. So that is probably why this layer of tint was coming in. Now these things I just said are just based on my knowledge and what I understand and what I researched about these particular technologies, certifications, hardware and software. So please take it with a grain of salt, but to me it logically made sense. So I'm letting you know that you do not have a point of concern right now. HDR video is supposed to be seen preferably at the highest brightness of any display, period. So that is why TVs are calibrated that way. My monitor, for example, is HDR certified, and whenever I start an HDR content or an HDR game, the monitor automatically jumps to the highest level of brightness. Now why is that happening? Because otherwise I can't see HDR, and that is why. So that's been it. I hope few of the doubts from those display issues or concerns or news around are cleared out. I hope you liked my explanation of it. Please do share it with people who you think will benefit out of it, because a lot of people I know are concerned, and too many people have reached out to me for understanding why and what to do about their phone and feeling that they were cheated with this particular product. So that's been it. I hope it was informative, and if you really like these videos and you want more of such videos, please do subscribe. I would love to explain more topics. Anything extra you know and I did not cover, or you want to say or correct me as well, please comment down below. I would love to hear you guys out and learn more as well. So that's been it, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.